And so it begins, everyone.
Welcome back to a new video! I'm gonna be here with another GTA 5 video! Wow! Let's do this!
Alright, how's it going, everyone? It's your boy, Rebel Cop 3.0, back at it again with another video. Now, before we start the actual video, I would just like to say I haven't really had enough time with recording videos and everything. Mainly, well, one, I'm playing Destiny. Like I don't have a life. Two, I've grown a little bit insane with my new hair. And three, mainly just a bunch of school stuff. It's being close to the end of the quarter, end of the quarter of this semester. I only need one after this isn't the last quarter, this is only the third quarter into the year. And oh my god, I first saw my. But anyway, so today I'm just going to give you a little video on my opinions on this new weapon I got called the Necrochasm. Hopefully you guys will like it. If not, then just get out of here. I don't deserve subs, honestly. I really don't. I've just lost it at this point. I mean, on my live stream, I've only gotten like one viewer. That was it. Guys, YouTube, I need that YouTube revenue. Come on, okay? Please, I need that YouTube revenue. But regardless of that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Back to our regularly scheduled insanity. Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Goji here, back at it again with another exotic review. Today I'll be going over the exotic auto rifle Necrochasm. So no, as you can see, to start off with on the Necrochasm, this is basically a bullet hose weapon. If you don't know what it is, it's basically an auto rifle that has a completely maxed out rate of fire, low impact, and low range and no stability. And the only way for this weapon to be actually good is if you max out the stability on this thing. So without further ado, let's just talk about the perks and everything. And yeah. So starting off with Cascade, melee kills automatically reload a portion of the weapon's magazine. Honestly, it's not really that great of a perk in my opinion. I mean, like, it's pretty useful. I mean, it's only really good if you're doing a casual PvE and stuff, but other than that, it's not great. PvP, it's much worse in PvP because like it's a completely unnecessary perk in my opinion. So yeah. So now moving on to the muzzles, we have accurized ballistics with more range and impact and increased recoil. Then CQB ballistics with greatly reduced recoil and significant penalty to range. And finally, we have aggressive ballistics, more predictable recoil, enhanced impact, and shorter range and more recoil. Honestly, the only option is CQB ballistics because since being that these bullet hose weapons require a lot of stability, this one can grant a lot of it along with another perk which I'll mention later on in this video. Even though it can, while at the same time sacrificing some range and impact, which to me aren't really that important because this weapon's already pretty decent in Crucible anyway. But then like if you take a look with like the base muzzles and everything, like the stability is not great and all that. But yeah, moving on, we have Zen Moment in which causing damage with this weapon increases its stability. It's a good perk to use. It actually works really well with this weapon, considering that it's a bullet hose and it requires a lot of stability. With this, you can get a lot of stability. You can help it actually, so that way it doesn't like go everywhere, like the weapon like doesn't like go crazy with the recoil and everything. It's pretty helpful, but pretty situational. Next up, we have single point swing, in which you can switch weapons faster and move quicker while aiming. Then we have flared magwell in which you can reload this weapon even faster. And finally, we have fitted stock, increasing weapon stability. Only option is fitted stock. Like I said before, this is basically a weapon where it mainly just where you have to get a lot of stability and everything. So this weapon can actually like almost max it out, which is pretty cool. Flared magwell is completely unnecessary because the reload is already good in the first place. But then there's single point sling in which you can switch weapons faster and move quicker while aiming. Also kind of unnecessary in my opinion. It's more of a PvE thing that you could probably use, but if you're doing PvP, I'd probably rather do fitted stock. Now as for the exotic perk, we have Cursebringer, in which kills with weapon trigger a cursed skull explosion. Honestly, this perk has a lot going for itself. Overall, this perk makes what Necrochasm was made to be. Back in year 1, but this weapon used to only this perk only used to activate on precision kills, but ever since this weapon has been buffed and now it can just be kills overall, meaning that this weapon is more popular now and more used in the Crucible. And speaking of Crucible, this perk works really well with it. And yeah, so here's the ornament as well. And I'll go in full depth later on this. Yeah, so those are all the perks. I will give you my thoughts on this weapon on PvE and PvP. As for PvE, this weapon kind of works is a pretty decent one. Honestly, like there are some things where this weapon kind of where it kind of fails at. I mean, the perk works well with this. The rate of fire and everything in the magazine is great, but the problem is if you're using this in a raid, you're probably gonna run out ammo faster than the last word, in my opinion. But overall, it's really fun if you were to use it in just normal PvE, and since being this weapon deals arc damage, you could probably use this in a weekly Shiva strike that has arc burn. So overall, a pretty decent in PvE, but Crucible is PvP, an entirely different story. Now, my opinion on this weapon in PvP is that this weapon has a lot going. First of all, the Cursed Brawl perk works really well if you want for taking out enemies. And on top of that, since being it's a bullet hose weapon, it means it can actually take out enemies pretty efficiently. As you can see here, what we're about to see here is going to be a double kill from the Cursed Brawl explosion, which basically proves that this weapon is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Overall, it's really good in PvP. PvE is fine.
Zone B.
Then
Total control.
honestly, I got to say, they did really good with this. They actually made the weapon better and everything. I'm pretty happy about that they would do that. Which basically makes this probably my favorite auto rifle in the game, my favorite exotic auto rifle other than Silos Regime. Yeah, that was pretty much my review on the exotic rifle Necrochasm and my opinions on it and everything. If you thought this was very informational, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Unfortunately, I can't really do a tutorial on how to get this weapon because, let's face it, pretty much every single big Destiny YouTuber has already done a tutorial on how to get this thing. So if you haven't seen those tutorials already, then if you've seen those tutorials already, then yeah, it's probably good already. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I am Goji, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna go watch some YouTube or something. I don't know.